what are you suggesting for your the buyers, drafting our contracts? What are you suggesting that you're doing as a mortgage contingency? Are you saying, hey, let's be more realistic, let's do a 45-day, let's do a 30-day?
Yeah, so typically with a home like this, I'm always worried about under appraisal because how many comps are
There's not too many.
There's not too many,
Yeah.
right? So again, it depends on the appraiser that you get. And these third-party appraisers, third-party independent appraisers, which are on approved lists with lenders, it's a dance that they have to do. They have to be independent, but at the same time, they don't want to over leverage their client. God forbid something would go wrong. So they always err on the side of caution. So when we come to loan to value issues, it's always a very frank conversation I have with my client. I pull no punches. I say, I want to see your credit report. I want to see all the money that you have in your name. And then I start doing so. I'm basically doing your job on a lesser level.
Which is phenomenal.
Because, again, if the loan to value if it underappraises and the loan to value is mitigated on your side, that could be hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that my clients always have the ability to go to maybe get a second, to go to a second lender. It really depends. And it depends on the negotiation that happens from you. If you say, Mike, we can't mess around here, there's a line out the door, then
which is usually in these instances that's
exactly
the case. There's like 3 backups, they're right there.
Yeah, and
there's no time to play. I had somebody yesterday. He said he's like, I want to go back to the house. I got the accepted offer, but I want to go back to the house. I said, you're jeopardizing a lot right there.
Yeah.
He goes,
and that's the one thing. I actually had
6 backups.
I actually had a real estate agent call me yesterday asking me, can they renege on a verbally accepted offer if they've, and I said, yes. Right? Statute of frauds in New York State provides that a contract over $500 has to be in writing and signed and executed by the parties, right? This is more than $500. So
It happens all the time.
It happens all the time.
Especially I think more so now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
because people freak out, they're like, I'm doing what?
Exactly.
Such an impulsive market.
Yeah.
So I don't want to give you the lawyerly answer, but to answer your question, it depends. It really depends on a variety of factors, which Nick will be telling me, okay, Mike, we have some room to negotiate here. We don't have any.
Yeah, if there's no competition.
Exactly.
Right. Then you want those contingencies.
At a price point like this, there's going to be more negotiation because there's more on the line, and typically you would have more sophisticated parties buying or transacting on a transaction like this.
Absolutely.
So we touched on it obviously, but negotiation tactics for a home at this price point, how does it differ than something else?
Like same answer as the lawyerly one. It depends. So if we see that there's a lot of competition and activity in the home, we're going to advise you have to be aggressive.
I mean, but
especially in this
let's
market.
call it spade a spade. This market is on fire.
Yes.
You have to be aggressive.
Yes, you have to be aggressive.
So what are like the top 3 things that you're doing going in? You want to secure that home for your buyer client. What are you doing? What are the top 3 things?
Well, first I advise them, hey, listen, we have to get our ducks in a row. We have to bid aggressively. I say we either bid at asking or just under it, just to test the market for that specific home to see what's going on. Usually from that point, we get some clarity from the selling broker, kind of where we stand, if there's more activity. And if there's more activity, then I advise them to step it up a bit. If we see that we're getting into crazy numbers and we get up there, then I say, hey, listen, we have to sweeten the pot. We either put more down to try and beat out the competition that way, or we just waive the mortgage contingency entirely and kind of roll the dice, and I make sure that they have those funds already. And usually these people are savvy and sophisticated, like we said, so they're already aware of kind of what's happening.